Welcome to my YouTube channel VB Academy of Commerce and Business Studies. I am Dr. Vijayagiri Bhikshapati, Head Department of Commerce, SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar, Telangana, India. My email ID is bvijayagiri@gmail.com. I am going to deliver the lecture on standard deviation. It is continuous to the part 1 class as taken yesterday. So just I would like to repeat some important points about the standard deviation. The concept of standard deviation was first introduced by Carl Pearson in 1893. Standard deviation is the most useful and the most popular measure of dispersion. Most of the arithmetic mean is the most of all the averages. The standard deviation is the best of all measures of dispersion. We have dealt in the last class the standard deviation, how to calculate the standard deviation, the calculating standard deviation for the individual data using the actual mean called x bar, and right. So this is the data given, the above. Yes, this is the data given to you. This is the data given to you, and for that the solution is we calculated here. So this is the table used for solution. So same data has been transferred here and made calculations. So we are outrightly using the assumed mean, A as assumed mean as a 40. Okay, so x minus 40, x means this one. So 10 minus 40, you will get the 30 minus 30. 20 minus 40, you will get 20. 30 minus 40 minus 10. 40 minus 40, 0. 50 minus 40, 10. 60 minus 40, 20. 70 minus 40, 30. Okay, so now we are doing dx square. This is, we have to call it as dx. X minus a is called deviations taken from assumed mean. Yes, so 30 into 30 minus 30 into minus 30 plus 900, like that you will get these values. Okay, so next one is f into dx. F into dx. F into dx. Why? The formula itself is asking requirement. Yes, so f into dx, we want f into dx. F into dx, this one. F into dx whole square, this one. So f into dx we calculated. So f into dx square we calculated. You get these values. Don't worry about the number of digits. You have a calculator, so which is very efficient to calculate more than these numbers also. So don't worry about this one. So simply use the calculator. Calculator is allowed in the examination, and you simply need not worry about the statistics, whatever it may be. Okay, now coming to the, of course, just for the sake of our understanding, we have calculated the x bar. X bar is equal sigma f into x. Here I put fx. Fx is this value 5340. 5340 divided by 125. 125 is equal to, you get 43%. Sorry, 43.4 is the arithmetic mean. But what I have taken? I have taken 40 as assumed mean instead of not considering 43. Why? Just taken, even without knowing or without doing arithmetic calculation also, you straight away go by finding the suitable number. So say in the 10 to 70 are there, what is the ideal number? You just to take this side 3, this side 3. What is the middle number? You get to this one. You simply take that one also. Even you take hypothetically 45, there is no problem. You can take. Okay. So that according to your wish, you can use the assumed mean. Here I have taken 40. So using the shortcut that is assumed mean method, I have used this one. So sigma f dx square divided by n minus sigma f dx by n whole square. Okay. So for that 26,500 taken here, 125 taken here, even 430 taken here, f dx whole power na 430 by 125 whole power. Okay. So by simplifying the formula, you will get so 430 by 125 means you got 3.44. This is power. You have to do power here. 125 divided the 26,500 divided by 125. Here 212 you get. So this is under root. Right, next. So what is the 3.44 square? Means 11.83. So you first remove subtract 11.83 from 212, then you will get 200 point some figure it is coming 0.07 or 17 it is getting, it is very minute. Okay. So hence I have taken 200 as a so for under root purpose, then you will get to 14.15 is the standard deviation. Hope you have understood the calculation method. So first, according to the for this table, this formula, you have to write down the formula whenever you are attempting the question. First, you have to write down the formula. So I have written down this one formula: sigma f dx square divided by n minus sigma f dx by n power 2 under root, where dx is equal to x minus a. Dx is equal x minus a, right? So here, so according to that one, you have taken the data. So dx you found. So after dx square you have to calculate. Then f into dx and f into dx square. These are required. Hence we have calculated these values into the additional columns. Okay. Then going to another method. This is for discrete data. You just understand this. What type of data is this? Is discrete data. Then going to yeah, it is got classes 20, 30, 30, 40 like that, the classes. So what kind of data it is? Continuous data. So solution is required for continuous data. So further what you need as discrete data, we learned a formula. The same formula is applicable here also. Yeah, this is the formula used for discrete data. So continuous data, even discrete data also, even it is the same applicable to continuous data. So we need additionally, this is the mid value we have taken from the class a 20 minus 20 plus 20 minus 10 divided by 2, that is 20 plus 30, 20 plus 10, 30 divided by 2, you will get the 15. Okay, this is mid value. Or simply you take it in between 10 and 20, you will get a value. What is the 50% value? Is the 15th. So 10, 15, 20. So 10 is gap, hence you have to minus. So divide by 2. So hence 5. 10 plus 5, 15, or 20 minus 5, 15. You will get this one. So this is what the middle value. So for that, for every class you have to calculate the middle value, and you simply just make it 15, 25, 35 like that, because the jump is equal here, each 10 crosses. Okay, by seeing this data you just write down this one, 15, 25, 35, 45 like that. So otherwise you can do 50 plus 40, 90 divided by 2 also get, you will get the same answer, 45. Frequency we written here, the same frequency given in the example, the question. So then to calculate arithmetic mean, we have taken fx. So calculation purpose only. Even if you don't want to calculate the arithmetic mean, it is up to you. But I have calculated for our understanding 31.5. You got it. Okay. So how much it is? 31,500. So how many f frequency is there? 100 students. Say 100 students. So 3150 divided by 100 is equal 31.5. But I have not used 31.5. But I used 30. You take 35, you take 40, there is no problem. Okay. Shortcut method, according to the shortcut method, this is the formula. So then find dx, then dx square, f dx square. So you got the totals here. One is 500, one is 150, one is 13,100, 30,100 like that. Then you substitute the values in the formula in this way. Then it is reduced like this. It is reduced further. It is simplified further. So finally under root. So 128.75 is calculated root under root. So you will get the 11.35. Okay. So before going to this concept, we once again understand the calculation methods for standard deviation. So one is individual data. So another one is discrete type data, individual. Another one is continuous data type. So according to data type, each data type we attempted one problem, so exercise, so to make you understand well, and based on this one you can calculate any problems in your book. Okay. Then coming to the coefficient of variation, this is a concept based on the standard deviation only. Okay. So what is variance? Coefficient of variation. There are two things. One is variance. The another one is variation. Small difference. Variance is different, variation is different. Okay. So variance means standard deviation square. We call it as V. V is equal to standard deviation square, or standard deviation is equal to V under root. Okay. V for variance. Okay. V for variance. Whereas another calculation, we use this variance in lot of analyses. So where the variance is an important tool to understand the data movements like that. So hence in the further studies, in the next classes, you may get about the variance calculation, etc. So calculation purpose there is no difference here. We are using this one. Variance is nothing other than you first calculate standard deviation and multiply with the same. So means square it. By squaring it, you will get the variance. Then one more is called CV. So variance is different one, CV is different one. Okay. So CV is equal standard deviation divided by x bar. So this is nothing other than we use it to do coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of quartile deviation, like that. For coefficient of standard deviation, we are doing standard deviation divided by x bar, as we have taken into the consideration. Standard deviation coefficient of SD means standard deviation, is equal standard deviation divided by x bar. So there is no percentage, into 100 is not there. So for what is that, we call it a coefficient of standard deviation. Okay, if you put percentage, if you multiply 100 and you will get convert into the percentages, then it is called coefficient of variation, not variance, variation. Okay, so where it is used for comparing variability. So the line you just see this one, comparing the variability of two or more data, two or more data sets. Two or more distributions. Okay, so you calculate a standard deviation for one class of the students, say BCom, BA, BSc. So for that CV have to be calculated, and to understand the data stability or uniformity or homogeneity or consistency. So these are the important terminology used here to compare data with respect to stability, uniformity, consistency, homogeneity. So these are the technical terms used even in the advanced research statistics also. So where you will get the lot of information about all these things. Now your duty is to calculate the CV and just to comment on that one using the following rules. What are the rules? So it indicates the relationship between the standard deviation and the arithmetic mean and expressed in terms of percentage. So CV has been explained in that way. It indicates the relation between standard deviation and x bar. X bar is on the denominator. So whereas numerator is the standard deviation into 100. So here commenting, how to comment, what is the result, how to comment the result. The more the CV, the more the variability. You need to comment like that, or more inconsistency. So if the value of the CV when compared to other group, so if it is more, so the data is found to be inconsistent. But in the same way, vice versa, you can call less CV means more consistency. Here more inconsistency, here more consistency, and here more variability, here less variability. Okay, so that means, so in the data sets you need to identify the lesser value of the CV to identify and to comment that it is a consistent data and having consistency and less variability and more homogeneity, like that you can see the and comment. Okay, so I try to give the same with an example. Which organization is more uniform, homogeneity or uniformity, inconsistency, like that. So for that we need calculation. What is the formula? So every time the students are requested to write the formula first then only attempt for calculation. So two times better. One is for memorizing or so the formula and recollecting the formula, since our studies are memory based. So then next one is to put in the sequential order without missing the table order, like that. So data is given in the table. We have nothing to do this one with the data. The data itself is given. What is given? So average wage per employee, that is X bar, average wage per employee. Then variance of wages per employee, variance wages per employee. Okay, so it is said variance, so means variance wages means the standard deviation scale. Okay, so for that I made a mistake. I just consider it as a standard deviation, but it is not standard deviation. So what is that? It is a variance, means you need to do under root of to get the standard deviation. Okay, under root of 66,000. So I am doing the calculation right now, so you need not worry. So 6,000, sorry, 6,000 under root of 6,000. So 77 you will get 77 46. I am taking 459 is there, so 46 I am taking. Whereas 10,000 under root, it simply you can calculate, it is 100. Okay, so under root of 10,000, so standard deviation of 10,000 is equal 100. Okay, so here instead of writing this one, this is wrong. You just need not consider this one. I am writing once again here. CV is equal for organization A 77.46 divided by, so average wage per employee is, so this is X bar is 5,000. So is equal divided by 5,000. So you will get to you will get 0.015. Okay, so you may, if you put 100 here, so you will get what is into into 100. So this is called, you will get the 1.5. Answer is 1.5. 1.5. So whereas your duty is very simple, you simply find the which is the lesser number, that is only your duty. For the organization B, CV is equal, so 100 divided by 8,000 into 100, as we calculated earlier also. So this one, so 100 divided by 8,000, you will get to 0.0125 into 100 is equal to 1.25. 1.25 straight away I am writing. Okay, so now we need to comment on this one. So this is the comment I have written already. So which one is lesser and which one is but this is not which one because it is based on the wrong data. The A organization has been declared as a uniform one, but now coming to the revised method of doing, uh, so B organization has been considered as a B organization. B organization is more consistent as, so B organization is consistent or uniform. Okay, so why? Because it is 1.25 only, whereas it is 1.5. So 1.5 is the greater number and 1.25 is the lesser number. So that's why the percentages, actually this is the percentage, okay. So so this percentage according to this one, so 1.25 is since it is a lesser one, it has the more uniformity. The organization B is having more uniformity in the wages, and the organization A is not having that much uniformity. There is a fluctuation, there is a variation, you can call it that. Okay, so for the variation purpose, organization A is chosen. So for the consistency or the uniformity wise, the organization B has been declared, right? So I think with this I have completed the standard deviation. So before going to conclude, standard deviation is a mathematical calculation. So it uses only the mean. Based on the mean, the standard deviation has been calculated, and it has all best characteristics, good characteristics. Hence, the standard deviation has been declared as the best method by all the statisticians, and it is also helpful in further statistical calculations based on the standard deviation and x bar. So like that. So there are standard deviation may be calculated using two methods. One is using actual mean method, and using assumed mean method. So assumed mean is used because deviations taken from actual mean becomes difficult if the actual mean comes into the decimal points, so decimals. So if it is not round figure, so your calculation become tedious, hence it may not be accurate. That's why what we do is we'll take the assumed mean into the consideration, so that deviations are taken without any decimal, or easy to take the deviations. Then what we have to do, so we to remove the effect of the assumed mean, we have to use a different formula where sigma f dx whole square divided by n minus sigma f dx by n whole square under root. This formula is used so that the effect is removed. So next, based on the standard deviation, we have two further calculations. One is called variance. So variance is denoted with v, small v. So v me is equal to standard deviation square. Standard deviation is equal to under root of v. This is the relationship between these two. Then one more calculation is standard deviation x by x bar is called coefficient of standard deviation. Standard deviation divided by x bar, coefficient of standard deviation. Then simply adding multiplying the 100 or converting this coefficient of standard deviation into percentages, you will call it as a coefficient of variation. Variance means V, variation means CV, coefficient of variation. So why we have to calculate the variation, coefficient of variation? To identify the data sets, comparing the data sets, so that to comment on its uniformity or the consistency or homogeneity of the data, which one is better. So by this, I thank all to for your patient listening. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, BB Academy of Commerce and Business Studies. Thank you one and all.